When you first start collecting sports cards or even any type of card really, you'll come to find out that there's so many different types of cards. You have your base set, then you have your refractors, and then you have your parallels, and you have your memorabilia cards, your autograph cards, and I mean just refractors alone. You have gold fractors, prism fractors, blue wave fractors, super fractors, orange wave, sepias, green fractors, refractors, X factors. There's so many different types. So where do you even start? Well, that's what we're going to be going over in this video. I'm going to kind of show you at a very high level everything that you need to know when you first start collecting. Again, there's going to be way more different types of cards that you can get into, but this will be a good base start to just understanding like a little bit of just like what kind of cards are out there, because if you don't know something's out there, you can't really collect it. So hopefully we'll be able to show you guys what types of cards are out there, and there are some pretty cool ones that you can collect. So let's get into it. For those of you that don't know, this is Card Craze Central. It's all about the sports cards here. We're trying to grow a business, trying to educate, trying to just do a bunch within the sports card world. So if you enjoy this content, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. I respond to every comment. So anyway, so it's sports cards are the different types of sports cards are very similar to the eras that we talked about in the last video. So if you haven't checked out that video, check it out right here or here. It's up here somewhere. But there's really two main kind of cards that you can classify. So you have base cards and you have inserts. So your base cards are basically like your main set of cards. So every year when you buy a pack of cards, it'll tell you how many cards are in that base set. So like Topps every year does like a 330, 350 base card set every single year for baseball anyway. You can buy them in like the big boxes. So that's kind of your base set. Those are like your less valuable cards because everybody you have a much higher chance of pulling those cards. So typically the main like chasers or the more expensive cards in that set are going to be your rookie cards. So any rookie from that year, and they'll kind of be like the more expensive cards. But then you also get the whole base set, and those are just usually just top players or stars from the previous year that were in the base set. So sticking with the base set, it's actually insane. Some of the rookie cards on the base set go absolutely insane. So if you think about like the 52 Mantle, the 87 Michael Jordan, the 2018 Mahomes, rookie cards are a big draw. So keep that in mind when you're picking up base sets, that a lot of people will. If you're going for the dollar amount, then you're going to have to look for the rookie card. But in my opinion, I collect the base set every single year for Topps. It's like a tradition. I've collected it for the past 5 years. Every single year it comes out with the base set. I actually tried to complete the base set for Topps Chrome this year, which was a big challenge. I have not finished it yet, but it's still in the works. I want to complete that set because I think it'd be cool. But yeah, so that's kind of base sets and base cards in general. Every type of card, I know I'm just specifically talking about baseball right now, but every type of sports manufacturer year has a base set. So your Score Football, Panini, Topps, like every single one has a base set. So when you're first getting started, that's where I started. I started just collecting base sets because it was kind of easy to remember. Like I only had to worry about how many cards were in the base set and then and then just rookies. So and they're super easy to like compact into one box too, so you don't have to like try to maneuver around that. So that's base cards. Moving over into inserts. Insert cards, that's a very broad topic, I know, and for those of you that are in the sports, have been in the sports card world for a while, I can already know the comments down below. But just to keep it easy for anybody entering into this hobby, it's picture it like this is a non-base card. So anything that is not a base card, that is not like, that's going to be an insert. And these are kind of randomly inserted into different packs. So when you buy like a brand new box of cards, you'll rip open some packs, you'll have a lot of base set, but then there'll also be inserts and parallels in there as well too. We'll kind of break this down a little further. So you may also hear some people refer to them as like chase cards, are often more rare. They're often way more rare than the base cards as well too. This is also where you'll start to see some of the numbering. So I'm a big numbers guy. When I collect cards, I try to get cards that are numbered. Those are like my holy grails. I really enjoy collecting numbered cards, also autographs too, but numbered autos are like the holy grail for me. Like that is what I really try to collect. And most numbered cards are going to be in this insert category. Inserts can also include things like memorabilia, autographs, and parallel cards like we've talked about. And again, this is what a lot of the flippers and a lot of collectors will like collect for or hunt for. And as you collect more and more, you will hear people talk about parallels and variations. And to be honest, it's taken me a long time to understand this, and I still get them confused today. So if you're new to the sports card world, give yourself some grace. It takes time. It's a hobby. It's supposed to be fun. So take your time when you're trying to learn the difference between those two. Sometimes I still get, like I said, a little confused. But parallel cards are alternative versions of base cards. So when you see a base card, that's your base card. A parallel it could be something as simple as just like the color is different. So the outside border is blue instead of white or gray or whatever. It could also be texture. Mainly it's border color, and then also numbers. Numbered cards are the most common version of parallels. So keep that in mind. They're still cool. Still exciting when you rip them open and you see the base card, but then you're like, oh wait, no, this has a blue border instead of the white border that's normally on it. So it's kind of cool. This also kind of gets you into color variation as well too, and that's something super cool. I actually looked up what classifies a variation card, and I think Big League Cards does a great job explaining this on their website. So they say a variation is a card that has something subtly different, either intentionally or unintentionally. These could be related to font, color, photo usage, wording of text, difference in the backs of the cards, and so on. Variations are generally not numbered, though purposeful variations may have stated odds noted by the manufacturer. So one of the most like familiar ones in my opinion that's been most recent is like the funny face, like the super short prints are variation cards. So they have a different picture on them than like your base card. So super hard to tell if you're not in that set all the time. But again, I think collecting a base set and then working from that, and then that really just helps you understand these different types of cards and how they all fall in together. And this is truly fun and considering part of the hobby, but these are super important when understanding the rarity of your card as well as the value. So you need to know the value of your card. You don't need to, but it's always fun to know, like, actually you do need to, because if you're going to buy a card, I always say, collect what you like. You hear it a lot in the hobby, collect what you like and you never really lose money. But I also think it's important to note, like, I don't want to pay $20 for a card that I know is only worth $1, because that means that I could go somewhere else and buy that card for $1. So I think it's important to know the value of the card, but then, I mean, if you have to pay a couple extra dollars to get locally or like support a smaller business, like I understand that, get that. But also don't get like robbed either. Like don't spend $50 on a card that's worth 10. Like kind of common sense there. But that's just my opinion too. These are all just opinions, so take them for what they're worth. But yeah. So that's kind of the big difference there. So you have your base cards, which are most common. Then you have your inserts, which then classify into like parallels and variations. And then you also have like some cool, and you get a lot of cool inserts too. Like I think the most notable inserts for me that really helped me is like your kabooms from football and basketball, your downtowns, football and baseball. Like those cards are inserts, and those cards are very high collectible too. And a lot of people really like those just because they're a cool thing. At the end of the day, if you're just starting out and you're trying to understand sports cards, really just collect what you like. And if you see a cool card, that probably means it's cool to somebody else too. So if you think it looks cool, pick it up. It's probably going to be cool to somebody else too. So if you've made it this far in the video, why don't you comment down below, what's your favorite type of card? What did you start off collecting when you started collecting cards? Did you start with like building sets? Did you just go for cool single cards? Did you try for variations, graded cards? Like where did you guys start? I want to know down below. But yeah, I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this if you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. You guys know when we post. We do post twice a week on Tuesdays and Fridays. So with some shorts thrown in there as well too. So so we'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure you check out this video right here. It's pretty cool, or this playlist right here. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Make sure you tell somebody you love them today.